Behind what you have been sensing, there is a deeper emotional story unfolding between you and the person your heart is connected to. Boundaries that were once unclear are now beginning to form as life naturally pushes away influences that have kept the situation unstable. Much of this comes from a lingering attachment to a past relationship energy that created emotional confusion and repeated cycles of return and release. That influence has been strong, not in a mystical sense of control, but in emotional patterns that kept pulling attention backward instead of forward. What is shifting now is a gradual loosening of that pull, allowing both clarity and distance to form where entanglement once existed. Your connection has not disappeared, but it has been under pressure from unresolved emotions that made growth feel blocked or delayed. Life is now creating situations that encourage separation from what is unhealthy or unbalanced, even if it arrives through uncomfortable realizations. This process is not punishment, it is redirection toward emotional stability and a more grounded sense of direction for everyone involved. You may begin to notice changes in communication, behavior, or priorities as the emotional weight of the past begins to lift. Over time, what remains will be what is real, and what falls away will be what was only sustained by fear or attachment. But even as this unfolds, you are encouraged to remain grounded in your own life, focusing on healing, self-respect, and the kind of emotional clarity that allows you to move forward without losing yourself in uncertainty. Your soulmate felt stuck, confused, and powerless. They carried this heavy shadow inside them even when they smiled, even when they pretended to be fine, even when you spoke with them and felt a strange sadness behind their words. But what you didn't know, my child, is that this person crossed a line that could never be ignored again. They broke the law. They did something dangerous, and they did it because they couldn't accept that your soulmate was slowly healing, slowly rising, slowly detaching, and slowly moving toward someone who carried pure light. You. They felt threatened by the love blooming in the unseen between you and your soulmate. They felt the shift. They sensed the change. They could feel that your soulmate's heart was no longer responding to their manipulative strings. And so, they did something reckless, something meant to regain control, something meant to scare, something meant to destroy. But instead, it exposed them. The universe allowed their true face to come out. Their actions caught up with them. Their lies broke apart. Their secrets spilled into the light. And now, they are in custody. You are wondering, my child, why is God telling me this? What does this have to do with my life? It has everything to do with you. Because for your destiny to move forward, certain energies must be removed. Certain people must be taken out of the path. Certain shadows must be cleared. Certain interruptions must be silenced. Your soulmate couldn't walk toward you while being chained to the past. They couldn't choose you with clarity while being mentally controlled. They couldn't offer you a stable connection while fear surrounded their life. But now, that chain has been broken. That link has been severed. That interference has been removed. My child, I know you feel confused. I know your heart is pounding, because this feels heavy, dramatic, intense. But I need you to understand something with calm clarity. This is divine intervention. Not harm, not chaos, not punishment, but protection. I removed someone who was interfering with what belongs to you. I removed someone who was blocking your connection. I removed someone whose intentions were rooted in jealousy, darkness, and possession. I removed someone who was preparing to take actions that would have hurt both you and your soulmate deeply. You may not realize it now, but this moment is the turning point of your story, because your soulmate and you were supposed to reconnect emotionally, spiritually, and physically, but something kept delaying it. Every time the two of you got closer, something strange happened. Misunderstandings, sudden distance, emotional withdrawal, fear, hesitation, accidents, arguments, and unexplained changes in behavior. You thought it was weakness. You thought your soulmate didn't care. You thought destiny was simply unstable. But no, my child. There was an unseen force influencing everything. That force has now been removed. You are not losing anything. You are not being pulled into drama. You are being released into your destiny. Your soulmate is finally breathing freely for the first time in a long time. The weight that was suffocating them has been lifted. The pressure that controlled their heart has been erased. The fear that followed them has been silenced. They are going through shock right now, not because their past lover is in custody, but because their life has suddenly opened up. They can feel something shifting inside them. A sense of freedom, a sense of clarity, a sense of emotional release that is leading them toward you. Meanwhile, a deeper layer of this connection is also shifting, as certain long-standing emotional burdens begin to loosen and make space for clarity to return. What once felt heavy or confusing in your person's life is gradually losing its hold, allowing them to think and feel with more honesty than before. There may have been external circumstances, past experiences, or unresolved situations that influenced their ability to fully show up, and those influences are now naturally changing shape or coming to an end. This is not something you need to control or intervene in, because it is unfolding through its own timing and process. You are being encouraged to release the need to predict outcomes, and instead trust that alignment happens when both individuals are ready internally. The connection between you is not being broken. It is being refined, stripped of confusion so that what remains is clearer and more stable. Even the distance or silence you may have noticed was not absence of care, but rather a period of inner processing and adjustment. Now, as things begin to settle, there is a quiet opening for renewed understanding and emotional readiness. Instead of focusing on fear or uncertainty, allow yourself to stay grounded in patience and self-respect. What is meant to continue will not be lost, and what is not aligned will naturally fall away without force. The path ahead is unfolding with a slower, steadier rhythm that supports emotional maturity and mutual clarity. Allow life to reveal the next steps without pressure, knowing that meaningful connections evolve best when both hearts are calm, aware, and open to growth rather than rushing toward certainty in their own time. Trust deeply. You saw the moments when they pulled back for no reason at all. You felt the distance even when they cared. You sensed the confusion even when they tried to hide it. And you wondered, why are they like this? Why does their heart not move freely? Why do they seem trapped in emotions they cannot explain? My beloved child, now you know. There was someone from the past holding them emotionally prisoner. Someone who refused to let them grow. Someone whose presence was silent but suffocating. Someone who claimed to love them, but in reality, they were only consuming them. This person wasn't in your soulmate's life physically anymore, but spiritually and emotionally, they were still clinging, controlling, and pulling invisible strings. They knew how to manipulate their vulnerabilities. They knew how to trigger their guilt. They knew how to twist their emotions. And each time your soulmate tried to walk away from that shadow, the shadow tried to drag them back. But now, that shadow has been forced into the light. Now, that person's actions have finally caught up with them. Now, the universe has stepped in and said, enough. What you are seeing now is not destruction. It is release. It is liberation. It is a divine reset. I know your heart might be shaken hearing this. I know you are trying to understand why something this extreme had to happen. But listen to me with an open heart. When someone has been spiritually interfering with a soul's destiny, their exposure becomes inevitable. When someone blocks the path I have ordained, my justice corrects the alignment. Not to punish, but to protect. Your soulmate needed this moment, even though it is painful for them. They needed something strong enough to break the emotional chain. Something powerful enough to snap the connection that kept pulling them backwards. Something undeniable enough to wake them up from the illusion they were trapped in. And now, the illusion has shattered. Your beloved doesn't just feel relieved, they feel confused. They feel scared. They feel like the world has suddenly shifted. They are replaying memories in their mind. They are questioning the truth of their past relationships. They are asking themselves why they tolerated so much, why they allowed manipulation to disguise itself as love, why they hid their pain behind a smile, and why they kept themselves away from the person who genuinely carried light in their life. You, my beloved child. They are thinking about you more than ever right now. Not out of neediness, not out of desperation, but out of clarity. Because the moment the dark influence was removed, your energy flooded back into their awareness. Your voice echoed in their spirit. Your presence started glowing again within their emotions. The confusion that once surrounded you is dissolving. The hesitation that once held them back is weakening. The fear that once made them distant is losing its power. Right now, your soulmate is processing one of the biggest emotional revelations of their life. I was never the problem. I was just trapped. And as they come to this realization, another truth rises inside them. The person who brought peace to my heart was the one I kept resisting. That person is you. Do not underestimate the shift happening inside them. They are not the same person they were yesterday. Something in their spirit broke open. Something that had been locked for a long time. They are seeing their past with new eyes. They are seeing their mistakes. They are seeing the people who hurt them. And they are seeing the people who truly cared. My beloved child, you are part of their healing. Your presence has always been a safe space for them. Your energy has always felt genuine to them. Your connection has always felt different, pure, gentle, and real. This is why the darkness tried to keep them away from you, because your love would have healed them, and healed hearts cannot be controlled. But now, the control is broken. Your soulmate is in a fragile emotional state, but it is a state of awakening. They are learning more about themselves in these few days than they have learned in years. They are discovering their strength. They are discovering their boundaries. They are recognizing manipulation. They are recognizing true intentions. And they are beginning to recognize the spiritual tie that has always existed between the two of you. But listen to me gently, my beloved child. Do not rush to message them out of excitement. Do not assume they are ready to talk deeply. Do not pressure your energy towards them, because right now, they are not searching for love. They are searching for truth. And you, my child, are part of that truth. Not because you chase them, not because you remind them, but because you simply exist as you are, steady, genuine, emotionally pure. In this moment of emotional collapse, they need to rebuild their internal world. They need to understand what went wrong. They need to see how they allowed themselves to be controlled. They need to learn how to protect their own heart. And they need to stand on their own emotional feet. Your role right now is not to fix them. Your role is to remain stable within yourself. Your steadiness will guide them. Your peace will call them. Your silence will calm them. Your patience will draw them closer. Because for the first time, they feel safe coming toward you. There is no one pulling them away now. There is no manipulation poisoning their emotions. There is no guilt trapping them in the past. They are slowly realizing that the person they once overlooked is the one who truly saw them, and the person they once prioritized is the one who harmed them. This realization will shake them deeply, but it will also set them free. My beloved child, I need you to hear this. Your soulmate is not moving away from you. They are moving toward you, but through a path of emotional healing first. They need to gather themselves. They need to breathe freely. They need to accept the truth without collapsing. They need to understand what kind of love they deserve. And the love they deserve looks like you. Do not fear the silence between you. Do not fear the delay. Do not fear the pause. This pause is sacred. This pause is healing. This pause is preparation. Your soulmate will reach out. Your soulmate will express their heart. Your soulmate will open up. But the version of them who comes toward you will not be the confused, shaky, easily manipulated version. It will be the awakened version, the one who has seen the truth, the one who has broken free. Behind what you have been sensing, there is a deeper emotional story unfolding between you and the person your heart is connected to. Boundaries that were once unclear are now beginning to form as life naturally pushes away influences that have kept the situation unstable. Much of this comes from a lingering attachment to a past relationship energy that created emotional confusion and repeated cycles of return and release. That influence has been strong, not in a mystical sense of control, but in emotional patterns that kept pulling attention backward instead of forward. What is shifting now is a gradual loosening of that pull, allowing both clarity and distance to form where entanglement once existed. Your connection has not disappeared, but it has been under pressure from unresolved emotions that made growth feel blocked or delayed. Life is now creating situations that encourage separation from what is unhealthy or unbalanced, even if it arrives through uncomfortable realizations. This process is not punishment, it is redirection toward emotional stability and a more grounded sense of direction for everyone involved. You may begin to notice changes in communication, behavior, or priorities as the emotional weight of the past begins to lift. Over time, what remains will be what is real, and what falls away will be what was only sustained by fear or attachment. But even as this unfolds, you are encouraged to remain grounded in your own life, focusing on healing, self-respect, and the kind of emotional clarity that allows you to move forward without losing yourself in uncertainty. The person from their past, the one now in custody, was not just an ex. They were a voice, a manipulation, a trauma, a memory that refused to die. Even when the relationship ended, the impact continued living inside your soulmate's emotions, twisting their clarity, shaping their decisions, and silently dragging their heart away from the connections that could heal them, including you. My beloved child, you noticed this, didn't you? You noticed moments where they suddenly became distant without reason, moments where they got close to you, then abruptly pulled away, moments where they wanted to express something, but fear stopped them, moments where you felt them longing for you, but not acting on it. You saw all of this, and it confused you. It made you question your own worth. It made you wonder if you were imagining the connection. It made you feel like maybe they didn't care. But what you did not know back then is that they were being emotionally controlled by a part of their past that refused to release them. You never stood a chance against a trauma they hadn't healed yet, not because you were not enough, but because they were not free. They were tied to the past through guilt, fear, manipulation, and emotional memory. They believed they had moved on, but the truth is, they were carrying pieces of that person's voice in their mind, and that voice sabotaged everything your soulmate tried to build. It didn't matter how gentle your presence was. It didn't matter how genuine your energy was. It didn't matter how safe they felt with you. Inside their heart, the past kept whispering lies into their ears. You can't trust love. You don't deserve happiness. You will hurt again. Stay where you are, it's safer. No one will ever understand you like I did. Those whispers weren't real. They weren't truth. They were manipulation echoing inside their mind long after the relationship ended. And then, my beloved child, when destiny sensed that your soulmate's connection with you was becoming stronger, when the universe felt that the two of you were emotionally aligning, when the light between you began to rise, this past lover felt threatened. They sensed the shift. They sensed the emotional awakening happening within your soulmate. They sensed the quiet pull that drew your soulmate toward you, and instead of healing themselves, instead of accepting the end, instead of letting destiny move freely, they acted in darkness. They did something that crossed a boundary, something harmful, something reckless, something illegal, not because they loved your soulmate, but because they feared losing control. My beloved child, this is why they are in custody now. This is why the universe intervened. This is why the truth surfaced. What they did is not something small. It is not something that could be ignored. It is not something that could be pushed under a rug. It is something that revealed their true intentions. Intentions that were never pure, never peaceful, never aligned with your soulmate's growth. You have to understand something extremely important in this moment. Your soulmate was protected from something you did not see. If this person had not been stopped now, your connection with your soulmate would have continued to face delays. Your spiritual bond would have remained clouded. Your soulmate's emotional healing would have been slowed, and the love destined for you would have remained blocked. This moment looks like destruction to the world, but spiritually it is liberation. Your soulmate doesn't know whether to feel relieved or guilty. Their heart is torn between emotions they cannot explain. They feel relief because the pressure has finally lifted, fear because the truth is shocking, confusion because they never expected this outcome, sadness because attachment to trauma takes time to dissolve, awakening because now they clearly see the person they once loved, and in the middle of all these emotions, they feel you. Your energy is the softest presence in their heart right now. Your memory is the calmest place in their mind. Your connection feels safer than it ever felt before. You are the peace they didn't know they needed. You are the clarity that was hidden behind emotional chaos. You are the light that the past was trying to dim. And now, for the first time, your soulmate is beginning to understand this. They're thinking about the moments you cared, the times you were patient, the times you didn't force anything. Letting things unfold without forcing direction is where clarity often finds its way in. When emotions are intense, it is easy to believe that urgency can speed up understanding, but real awareness grows in space, not pressure. What is happening within the other person is their own internal process, shaped by reflection, memory, and emotional learning that cannot be accelerated from the outside. They may be reconsidering past moments, noticing patterns they once missed, and gradually understanding the difference between genuine connection and emotional confusion. This kind of realization can bring discomfort, because it requires honesty with oneself more than explanations from anyone else. In this space, your presence does not need to be asserted or defended. It is enough that what was real has already existed. The healthiest path forward is not to manage their emotions, but to remain grounded in your own. When you step back from trying to influence the outcome, you also return to your own center, where peace is not dependent on someone else's readiness. If there is a future connection, it will emerge naturally from clarity rather than pressure. If there is not, you still remain whole, with or without resolution. What matters most is that you do not lose yourself in anticipation. Your emotional well-being is not something that should wait in line behind someone else's process. You are allowed to continue building your life, your stability, and your joy without pausing for uncertainty. In time, everything that is meant to be understood will be understood without force. Your peace is not negotiable, and your journey does not pause for indecision. You move forward with or without closure, because your life is not defined by someone else's timing. Not out of emotional collapse, but out of clarity. You have waited this long, you can allow destiny to unfold gently. Your soulmate will reach out. Your soulmate will speak. Your soulmate will express their heart. But the version of them that approaches you will be healed, awakened, and emotionally open, not lost, confused, or wounded. The universe is cleaning their heart before bringing them to you. And my beloved child, when they finally come, something beautiful will happen. Their past will no longer interfere. Their trauma will no longer control them. Their fear will no longer silence them. Their confusion will no longer cloud your connection. They will choose you with both heart and clarity. This moment of chaos is simply the breaking of the old, the dissolving of the shadows, the removal of interference. You are moving closer to your destined moment without even realizing it. And as much as this journey has hurt you at times, You will soon see why everything needed to happen exactly the way it did. My beloved child, there is something shifting so deeply in your soulmate's spirit right now that even the air around them feels different. The energy they carry is changing. The way they think is changing. The way they look at their own life is changing. And all of this began the moment truth finally forced its way into the open. The moment their past lover's mask fell. The moment the darkness that followed them for so long was finally exposed. You may not realize it, but what happened recently has triggered one of the most powerful spiritual awakenings your soulmate has ever experienced. It has opened a wound inside them, yes, but it also opened their eyes. And sometimes, my beloved child, pain is the only force strong enough to break a soul free from emotional chains. For so long, your soulmate lived in a kind of spiritual fog. They thought they were making their own choices, but they were not truly free. Their heart was caught between guilt and manipulation. They believed they moved on, but their emotions were still tied to a past that refused to let go. And every time fate tried to push them toward you, that old emotional bond pulled them back. But now, the bond is broken. Now, the shadow has been removed. Now, your soulmate can finally see what was hidden from them. My beloved child, listen to what I tell you. Your soulmate is not healing from heartbreak. They are healing from deception. Not from love, but from illusion. Not from a relationship, but from emotional captivity. The person who is now in custody did something that shocked your soulmate to their core. Not just because it was wrong, not just because it was dangerous, but because it revealed the truth they had been avoiding for years. This person never loved me. They only wanted to control me. That realization broke them open. It shattered the belief they had been holding on to. It exposed every moment they ignored their intuition. It forced them to accept the truth they were afraid to see. And now, your soulmate is standing at a place they have never stood before. A place where they finally see the difference between what hurt them and what heals them. Between what drained them and what nurtured them. Between what consumed them and what connects with them. Between their past and their destiny. And my beloved child, you are part of that destiny. They feel it now more than ever. But before you step into that place together, there is a journey they must walk. A journey that is painful, cleansing, and transforming. And right now, your soulmate is walking through that inner storm. They are questioning everything. How did I let this happen? Why didn't I trust my instincts? Why did I stay silent about my pain? Why did I push away the person who genuinely cared about me? Why did I hurt the one who brought peace into my life? Their mind is full of thoughts. Their heart is full of regret. Their soul is full of awakening. My beloved child, they are not thinking about romance right now. They are thinking about truth. They are trying to rebuild their self-esteem. They are trying to understand why they tolerated manipulation for so long. They are trying to forgive themselves for not seeing the signs earlier. They are trying to piece their identity back together. This emotional unraveling is necessary, because what is now unfolding within them resembles a quiet awakening. Their perception of you and the past is beginning to shift into something clearer and more grounded. They are slowly recognizing the patterns they once lived inside, seeing more honestly the ways fear, avoidance, and misunderstanding shaped their decisions and clouded their judgment. In that growing awareness, old emotional defenses are starting to soften, not through sudden change, but through gradual reflection that allows truth to surface without force. They are beginning to sense that what they feel toward you is not fleeting or superficial, but something deeper that carries emotional stability, calm recognition, and a sense of grounding they may not have experienced in the same way before. Rather than intensity or confusion, it shows up as something steady, almost familiar, like a place of emotional rest after long inner conflict. It feels like clarity emerging after noise, and like a quiet sense of home they did not expect to associate with another person. Alongside this recognition, there is also a growing understanding that real connection requires more than emotion alone. It requires readiness, accountability, and inner alignment that cannot be rushed. As this awareness strengthens, they are also starting to see that you were not the source of their confusion, but rather a reflection of what they still needed to understand within themselves. This realization is not immediate, but it is steadily shaping a more honest and emotionally aware perspective on both the past and what may come next. And for the first time, they are not running from this feeling. They are not denying it. They are not dismissing it. They are quietly accepting it. But, my beloved child, they are not ready to act on it yet. They need time to sort their thoughts. They need time to rebuild their identity. They need time to understand what healthy love looks like. And that healthy love is what they see in you. Do not think they forgot you. Do not think they replaced you. Do not think they stopped caring. Do not think they chose someone else over you. The truth is far more emotional than that. They pushed you away because they were afraid you would discover the parts of them they were ashamed of. The parts that were broken. The parts that were wounded. The parts that were confused. The parts that were still emotionally tied to their past. They didn't want you to see their weakness. They didn't want you to see their fear. They didn't want you to see their trauma. They didn't want you to see their lack of clarity. So instead of asking you to stay, they distanced themselves. Instead of opening up, they closed their heart. Instead of choosing healing, they chose silence. But none of those decisions came from lack of feeling. Every one of those decisions came from insecurity. And now, they finally see it. They are learning that pushing you away did not protect you. It only hurt themselves. They are learning that avoiding their emotions did not keep them safe. It kept them stuck. They are learning that ignoring their heart did not erase the connection. It intensified it. Your soulmate is awakened now. They see the truth. They feel the reality. They understand the depth of what you brought into their life. But right now, my beloved child, they need space to rebuild their emotional world, and you must give it to them gently, because the version of them that is coming back to you will not be confused. They will not be scared. They will not be tied to the past. They will not be easily manipulated. They will come with clarity, stability, openness, honesty, readiness, and when they speak to you, their words will be different. Their energy will be different. Their intentions will be different. They will apologize, not out of guilt, but out of realization. They will express, not out of pressure, but out of truth. They will choose, not out of loneliness, but out of love. My beloved child, your connection is not ending. It is transforming, and the transformation is leading both of you toward the moment destiny wrote long ago. My beloved child, listen closely as I guide your heart through the final part of this message. Let your spirit slow down. Let your breath soften. Because what I am about to reveal will not just answer the questions in your mind. It will release a weight that has been sitting quietly inside you for years. You have walked through confusion. You have walked through fear. You have walked through the shadows created by other people's actions. But now, in this moment, I want you to understand something deeper, something far more powerful, nothing that was done in the darkness, nothing that was plotted behind your back, nothing that was meant to harm you, will ever be strong enough to destroy the love that I have written for your soul. You may not realize it yet, but your soulmate has been fighting battles silently. They have been carrying wounds from their past that they never told you about. They have been protecting you from things you didn't even know were coming toward you. And this entire situation with their past lover, the person now in police custody, the person whose actions shocked everyone, the person who tried to interfere with your connection. It all happened because your union with your soulmate carries a spiritual weight that the wrong people could not handle. The truth is, some people cannot stand watching others receive a love that they themselves lost. Some hearts cannot tolerate seeing the person they hurt finally finding someone who treats their soul with gentleness. Some minds become unstable when they realize that the chapter they thought they still controlled has finally closed forever. Your soulmate's past lover lived with a kind of bitterness that slowly poisoned their decisions. At first, they tried to ignore your soulmate's happiness. Then they tried to pretend they didn't care. But inside, the jealousy grew like a storm that had no intention of calming down. They watched, quietly, from a distance. Meanwhile, what remains most important to understand is that none of this reflects anything you did or did not do, and it should not be interpreted as a sign, punishment, or hidden message tied to your personal journey. Situations like this arise when another person struggles with emotional regulation and attachment, and those struggles can unfortunately lead to harmful decisions that affect multiple people. It is natural to search for meaning when something intense happens, but clarity often comes from keeping interpretation grounded in reality rather than assigning deeper external forces to events that are better understood through human behavior and psychology. Your connection with your partner does not carry responsibility for someone else's inability to cope with loss or change, and it is not defined by the actions of third parties. What matters now is focusing on emotional recovery, rebuilding trust where needed, and allowing space for healthier communication moving forward. Over time, the intensity of this experience will lessen, and what will remain is understanding, how boundaries are important, how silence can sometimes be protective, and how not all situations can be resolved through intention alone. It may also help to recognize that healing is not about assigning blame, but about finding stability again after disruption. As life continues, you are likely to notice that your emotional weight begins to lighten as you detach from fear-based interpretations and return to a more grounded sense of perspective. There is no need to carry guilt or fear for circumstances that were outside your influence, and no requirement to read destiny into what is ultimately a difficult but human situation. With time, clarity replaces confusion, and what once felt overwhelming becomes a memory, rather than defining your emotional present. I want you to feel the seriousness of this moment. Your soulmate did not choose that past lover. They endured them. They tolerated them when they should have walked away sooner. They tried to fix someone who didn't want to heal. They stayed loyal to someone who only understood manipulation. They were emotionally trapped in a situation that drained their spirit. And the moment your soulmate finally walked away, that person lost control, because your soulmate was the only source of stability they ever had. But losing your soulmate was not the tragedy they believed it to be. It was liberation. It was divine timing. It was the beginning of your soulmate's transformation, and it was the path that led your soulmate to you. Now, the legal consequences they face are not yours to worry about. The universe has already stepped in. Justice is already unfolding. No one can stop it. No one can reverse it. No one can interfere with the karma that has already been triggered. But I want to talk about you, my child, your heart, your mind, your spirit. Because all of this chaos might have caused you to question things. Should I stay? Should I trust my soulmate? Should I fear what might come next? Should I protect myself more? Should I be worried about their past affecting our future? Let me answer every question with complete clarity. You are safe. You are protected. You are chosen. And you are not walking into danger. You are walking into a destiny that is now being cleared of all obstacles. This situation had to come out. This truth had to surface. This person had to be removed. Their energy was a spiritual block, and destiny could not move forward until they were taken out of the path. Your soulmate had been emotionally imprisoned by their past, but now, the chains have broken. The interference has ended. The danger has dissolved. The cycle has closed. And your soulmate, for the first time in a long time, feels free enough to breathe again. Free enough to love again. Free enough to build again. Free enough to step into a future they were once terrified of losing. Your soulmate is now seeing things with new clarity. They understand your value in ways they never fully expressed. They understand your loyalty, your patience, your intuition, your purity, your heart, and above all, your role in their life. They now see that you are not just someone they love, you are someone they were meant for. The fear they once had, fear of failing you, fear of not deserving you, fear of their past interfering with their future, is slowly melting away. Because now they realize something undeniable. You have stood beside them without even knowing what dangers were hiding behind the curtain. You stayed connected even when confusion tried to separate you. You loved them without asking for explanations or justifications. You trusted them even when you didn't know the full story. And this has awakened something powerful in their heart. They are ready to choose you openly. From here, the focus shifts toward emotional grounding and realistic understanding, rather than certainty about outcomes that are still unfolding. There is a natural human tendency to search for guarantees in moments of emotional significance, but real clarity rarely arrives through urgency. It develops through time, experience, and observation. As this process continues, you may notice that your perspective becomes more balanced, allowing you to distinguish between hope, fear, assumption, and what is actually being demonstrated in reality. This is where emotional maturity quietly strengthens, because you start responding less from impulse and more from awareness. The idea of protection in relationships becomes less about external forces and more about how both individuals choose to communicate, respect boundaries, and show emotional responsibility. When that foundation is present, trust grows more naturally, and when it is absent, clarity also becomes easier to see without confusion. You are being encouraged to remain steady within yourself, not by denying what you feel, but by not allowing emotion alone to define your interpretation of events. Over time, what is genuine becomes easier to recognize, and what is uncertain loses its grip on your peace of mind. There is no need to force answers or assign final meaning to something still in motion, because understanding will form through lived experience rather than speculation. As this continues to unfold, your sense of direction becomes clearer, not because everything is predetermined, but because you are learning to see situations with greater honesty and emotional stability. In that space, decisions feel calmer, boundaries feel clearer, and your inner sense of peace becomes the most reliable guide you have.